put these on here because that cow. Trying to figure out why the hell it's not capturing me. There we go. Sorry about that. Well, first I gotta remember where the mission actually is. Because I have not gone to Odin or the rerun of the big battle. I've worked on a lot of stuff otherwise, but it's more that I've done a lot of leveling. I've got black mage up into the 50s. I haven't cleaned up the inventory yet, but that's only time. That's not a big deal. I know I messed up and lost like ninja gear when I did some purging. I need to fix that. For now, I think I'm just gonna run it at black mage mainly because I think that outfit's kind of epic in its own way. But I just gotta remember where I need to go for bridge around. I don't recall. So it's just over here. I am stupid. I'd say earlier than usual, but partly because I'm trying to be awake. My health. The Taru, you little shit. This is the nightmare of it. They're saying that, but it's the truth that the these triggered it. Back to Uda. And I'll be honest, I'll just save a little bit of that. Yeah, I've been doing a lot with the squads. The squad. With the brand company level. Using that for some of the leveling. Because it's a lot quicker to get into a dungeon if you don't have to wait. Understand? I wish they shown some pin of the riot here. But I understand why they didn't. It kind of became more likely they have a bug out for somebody else.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
Yeah. Kind of the bad news.
Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
And that's the problem.
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
Yeah.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
So basically, they were just going to shit. They're decent earrings. I just don't know if they're better than what I'm wearing. I feel they are, but obviously not wanting to switch them for me. I forgot where the move and set it up for one thing. Oh well. Can't credit too much. You at the Hall of Fame, So the events I thought were coming to pass haven't happened yet. I just remember one cinematic trailer I saw, and it obviously hasn't occurred yet in my storyline. the right thing. I'm just so used to going to that chamber. There's his marriage stuff, yeah. Ah, it's the one monetarist pulling shit. Yeah. He's not wrong. There are priorities. No, it's more the key was going to get him to. I'm sorry. Just me noticing how seductive some of that top is. Well, I will momentarily, but I am going to step in here and check my stuff with training. And yes, I know there's an exclamation point over him, and it hasn't reset for the day yet. Okay. So yeah, I've been working. Just hasn't been going very well. I don't remember exactly where Lost Hope is, so I'm going to look at the map for Why Black Rush? Okay. I'm not too worried about a battle pet right now. I'm more worried about being able to move quickly. Oh, they'll be honest with me. Someone for his support. Okay, that's not too far, right? So, there's times it's just not worth pulling them all out. That's what I'm doing right now. Not going down. Shielded. Yeah. Well, if that's a benefit or not, but I can always dismantle it and sounds good. There is some logic to that dialogue, in my opinion. Okay, I know that new ring is not the best option, but direct hit rate increase I'm going to use. And yet again, I'm taking advantage of flying, but it's more for speed. I'm not trying to waste time on random stuff in game. Have to go tunnel? I'm looking for things where they are. Yeah, I'm just gauging where they are. Oh, there's the... Oh, I forgot about that. Little path. Under here. It's so long since I've had to worry about it. Oh, great. Well, guys, I was gonna let you live. Under any terms, most of them would know not to do with common church anyway. Yeah, so... The fact he actually managed to stun me is the more surprising. That's what my words, you don't lie. Oh, they think they're too little, do they? You didn't anticipate that much trouble. I should have had trouble blow out. Well, that's my own damn fault. Okay. So I'll summon him out. Sadly, if I was doing a samurai, I probably wouldn't have had the problem. I'll say that openly. I don't know why I'm going into teleport this way, but maybe because I wasn't really thinking about the program key stuff. unfortunately. I gotta restart that fight. And I will go in here just long enough to switch him to dedicate heal. It'll help. If I had that before, it wouldn't have gone along. Playing as efficient as I could either, but more fact I know I don't need to run 100% all the time, so it's pretty safe. Now, me and you are going to talk. What are we going to do now? Yeah, you're going to step down and not be stupid. Try and save your lives. Take a beating from each other than being pushed by the flames. Yep. Merchant wasn't there. That is the one that'd be more beneficial for the name. So, okay, I'll accept that. I'm just gonna look at the other. Yeah, that's 49. I'll leave that one for now. Yeah. Goes into not good. That's really fun. I'm guessing we're too late if I'm only seeing a child. Yeah. Yep, oh, that's wise. Someone's stirring up trouble. I think that's him. Uh-huh. Oh, this will be my next victim. Uh-huh. I'm sorry, you see that? You ass run. Yeah. Getting away. I have wish it remained kept that music going that time, but okay, yeah, so you can why are you pursuing me? You know why. Yeah. You have no right to detain me? I'm technically a lieutenant. So watch me. He's looking for his backup. So simply, if you keep this up, I'm going to put this up your ass. So I'll tell you everything while he's dead. This commotion. 7 hours. This birthday, so he may still be close. He doesn't be that close with a good bow. Come on. Gotta talk to him. Yeah, I disagree with that, but that's okay. And the only good part is I'm relatively close to the gates right now. Well, it wasn't the worst gate to come through. And yes, I'm playing this without Crimson Downs with me because if she got on the game, she just get that much farther ahead. I don't think I'm going to catch up with her this session, but I'll do what I can. Well, I hope you're right, just for the sake of getting this done well. This is a depressingly short plot path. That's what I think. No, that's not Duncan, so I'll cut him some slack. If it was Duncan, I'd be like, dude, we fought side by side, call me by name.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji.
Yeah,
But
the
he
one I
spoke
was
in
looking at.
favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
So not good.
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless, bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
Yeah.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
Omega weapon.
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
Yeah, we don't need this.
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
That was too damn
Aye.
calm.
We were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
Yep.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
No, not the... Oh, no. He's good with kids. Turn for the worst, huh? Appearance of primal kick presence overall else. Yeah. I still want to see him actually fight, though. I want to see what that weapon does. Go back to Residence Toll. Luckily, that's a quick trip. I don't know why I jumped on. I know I'm going to have to jump off here. Oh well. I'm juggling today? Nope. Sorry, it's something that Crimson noticed. Sometimes she's juggling in the Rising Dawn. So I was checking to see if she was this time. I'll do that because I know it's another one that would be useful, but... Urgent? Yeah, that's going to be more reassuring. To act only in defense of his children. Not this. How much we continue to wait and see? The most I see about putting folks around their territory. That's a valid point. Sure, they'll keep them protecting through their forest. Circumstances do not be blamed for wishing to have the turn deity on it. I agree. Yeah. The part is I'm in the tainted color scheme for the sylph, so this could be interesting. I agree with Papalimo and Yaida. It's worth the attempt. Yeah, I understand I'm being called in. Gridania. Only good part is I've been in a lot of areas that I'm just getting the bonus experience queuing up with the being in protected zone. It's kind of nice. I don't expect it to last forever, but he's just going. Like, speak to me first. That's the thing. She is more peaceful mentality, so it makes sense for the Atoka piece with her. I am going to use the Aetheryte network. It's still quicker than sprinting it. Especially since Sprint's still recharging. My other, I didn't have to check into command. I would have been here too.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
That'd be nice.
Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest.
Yeah.
Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
at the downside, it means everything going to hit. But little soulless. I could take the ferry, but again, I'm trying to go efficiently on time where I can. Knowing that unfortunately we have a lot of storyline to still go through. Probably really get into a lot of serious adventuring again. Oh, at least I see the dailies for the soap that is back. Yeah, dude, I got work to do. I don't have time to sit here being your little conversation buddy. Seriously. 11 an impression. Oh shit. At least I know they're doing dad jokes again. I've been doing a lot of this. I'll take the straightest route I can. But thankfully, I don't need to worry about too much. You know, my tactic of flying in is probably still the safest thing. Bad part is I suspect it's going to be an insanely long cinematic. But again, if I didn't have flying ability with the continuation of the content, I'd be a lot worse off. What I hate is it's sending me all over the damn zone for something they could have done as one massive cinematic. Which I understand they wanted you to have to do some looking and all that. And in fact, just came close to putting you into a cinematic. I did blast them.
Tynora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Hello, big boy.
art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Well, fuck you too.
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
I'm surprised.
Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee.
I am a fucking black mage right now. I am the darkness.
Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Right.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
He wants to watch me get my ass whooped. Gotcha. Yeah. We'll mount him to stop the timer from counting down. I gotta get over here. Striking tree. I hope this one goes quickly. Though I doubt it. 8 man. Okay. Can't decide what I want to try to work on in the meantime. Oh, there is one hut left for this. And that was the Goblins and Omzaro. That's Elder Law Minister. Might as well. I'm sorry, it's my logic. I might as well do something constructive while I'm waiting for entry. I'm being thorough trying to find them. Well, I feel down, but that's useful. Some gear to do this now. I was trying it beforehand and it did not. None down here. And honestly, if the one does pursue this far, I will destroy it. That guy was far enough away. I'll need to find one more after this. That ain't bad. Wait. Sorry, I'm seeing somebody I need. Means he's dead. Just don't know yet. It is awesome when you get the ability to do the fire like this. I definitely don't count on it, but it's nice one. And I missed time, but Then on the front. Not like it right now. Just as one of the hunts I had from the Grand Company, I didn't expect to find it right here. Somewhat understandably. Oh, shit. This ain't it. Okay, where's number 3? Last one. Not at all. I'll have to do what I can actually take out groups, but that roads are moving right now. Okay, are gone. Third is done. That's alright. Kinda had my hands full. Double checking to be 100%. Yep, it's done. Sweet. That makes me more happy than you can imagine. I'm going to upset them a little bit. I am watching the cinematic. I have never seen... This is beyond where I've ever gotten when I played previous characters. Cool, I'm digging the music. Ooh. So they're going Native American with this music. Sweet. A little bit of other influences, but yeah. Very sweet. The lightning effect on the ground, that's not going to be pretty in the long run. All I can really do right now is just beat the hell out of them. And open them up. Actually, the music also reminds me very much of Nier. shit out. This is a lot calmer than I honestly thought it would be. 100%. I expected this place to be insane and a half. Shit, why is he taking no damage? Although it's an officer, okay. Okay, what the hell? Okay, he's taking me again, alright. I'm sorry, this is talking about learning to fight for 9 minutes. Again, I'm loving the music. I'm sorry, it said something when they raised blue switches, but we're ignoring the other two yet. Gotta get my mana recovery. Go. I think they realized I'm the one that was there. Just focusing on me. So yeah, you want to try to keep your distance between other characters. Okay. And so whoever's doing the most damage is getting me. Good game. I'm happy I only got knocked out once, not knowing it. Wow. They all deserve commendations in my book at this point. They did great. I didn't expect any commendations that time. Me not knowing exactly what was going on did not help.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them.
I like that line.
If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
So he held on long enough to talk to you. Damn.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin, A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Wow. At least I feel satisfied by that fight overall. It is a tear about having to destroy him of all people, but I'm definitely not hating having to have done it. That was a wicked fight. But it goes into the fact that I remember in 9, Ramuh was the only something that could really talk. I remember that. Honestly, it's been long enough for 9, and some of the earlier games I could replay them and be like playing them new. I will just travel back to Verdun. Like I said, I am not displeased how this ran. I got in a lot quicker than I really anticipated. I know it said 8 minutes, but more often than not, when you get into some of the higher content, it's harder to get in. So I'm pleased it went that quickly. In fact, all I was able to do is really finish one hunt and take care of finish my thaumaturge hunting and then finish one of the allied hunts.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
It was the reason I kept in Black Mage. It's like, you want to talk about darkness in the soul?
Misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
she's the only one that's be ashamed like I haven't done much for you.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
They're doing so much foreshadowing with all this. And again, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, Mazilia's not going to be happy I had to fight him. I can tell you that now. Now technically I should update the name of the stream. I have no clue what to call it now. Because Road to Ramuh, I just beat Ramuh. Well, it's on good at the time at least.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
So it's going to become a science lesson. Sorry guys, we're back to school.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Okay.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Okay. How does this work with the Ascians?
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Sorry, it makes me start thinking she's becoming a soul eater.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
Yep.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
realm between worlds, basically. Yep. Let me return to the ether. Oh, Tima. Why do I know that name? Final key. What? Calabria. Animal? I'm not 100% sure on that theory, but that's what it's reminding me of a bit. So don't hold me to that. I might be wrong. For you above all others? Yeah. New organization. Cute. Embarrassing the boy. I'm just thinking, I do not I didn't keep track of how much of the poetics I have. I'm going to take a quick look at that. I do have enough to get another piece of better armor, so... I'll probably do that quick, because it makes sense to me. I'll still take care of this quick then. I was expecting them outside, honestly. That's fine. Well, that's still better than what I'm wearing, so... I'm just looking at here. I could have swore I told Free when I looked at your schedule. Well, I swore I told. The 17th. 3. Double check your app.
Okay, maybe it's Thanos.
Double check your app. That's all I can say, just in case there was an update to the schedule I'm not aware of. Sorry, it's just... My wife's being around for work and making sure we don't have her miss work. Kind of a big deal. I'll be honest, I kind of like this robe, which is why I'm not doing anything to alter it yet. Get back in here and I'll talk to them. Figure out where the boy is. Okay, there he is. Surprised he was allowed into the intersection, but... From her adventures. Oh shit. You always be younglings down. I'm not taking them on a field trip. Demonstrate a skill of arms. Test yourself against a legend. Perhaps I am. Okay, so what I have for her schedule is accurate. I have a little while. He's not trying to disappoint them. Uh-huh. Dude, no offense, you don't stand a chance in hell against me. And I mean that more literally than not. I suspect I need to go back to desperate way to get the extreme form of Ramuh, but that's gonna wait till I'm off stream. I don't want to waste time. I might have more down there than that I'm not aware of. Playing it, it's something I can do. It's half tempting to go samurai on them just to destroy them utterly, but it's the whim of it. But I'll be good. I don't need to attempt the first round unaided. It was like, let me join time. Will not be happy where I am. Okay. You haven't begun yet, have you? Oh shit. There you go. Where are these people? About your spraying max, I told everybody I could find. Thought you'd use the crowd to cheer you on. A little more comment. When back then, the action was quite enthusiastic. A moment, sickly shade in comparison. You best believe your light. Oh shit. He ain't gonna win. We want to wait for the audience? Yes, I'm actually doing the stun war lightning war. Really did. The problem was, you gave me the opportunity to recover my man. Oh no, he looks hurt. But you can't give up. This is why you don't play a black mage. You blasted me, I yield. Both of them at the same time. Wow. In fact, the adventures are like, oh shit. It's a nice settlement. I don't know if there's a way for me to sign the titles. people, yep. So, something beyond the Scions. I can kind of accept that. Good afternoon.
Yeah. So you're not fighting with not black mage, blue mage.
No. When Ramuh talked about being the guardian of light, I fought him as black mage. Figured you to prove that out. Matching the Shredder's schedule, I double checked her and she confirmed it. She was right about Ramuh. Yeah. Slept that badly.
Yeah. Fortunately, once one thing starts cramping when you lay down, it doesn't usually stop.
Yeah, I did.
The little bug kept hitting the nerve point.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. That'll wake you up in a heartbeat.
That was that preset renewal for yours that we prepaid.
Okay. I was just thinking, we don't really have to.
That's why I did it with the trip of the Don Fair of the chart.
Okay.
So I'm back into bureaucracy after a short fight with Ramuh and the trainers of the kids. And I won't lie, I got into Ramuh's fight a lot quicker than I anticipated.
That was quicker than me.
Hmm?
Definitely got it quicker than me. I was fighting getting that one for 3 days.
No, I mean, I barely got to finish Alliance hunt that I managed to wander across when I was going for the last of my Thaumaturge hunt. Once I killed the last of it, the commence triggered.
It took me 3 days to get enough people wanting to do it.
I know. I was lucky, and I'm not complaining. And the way it was looking, most of us were first time in it.
Yeah.
But it worked out. It's just sad that I know the secondary strike, it goes into aiming at whoever's doing the most damage. He was only hitting me on the off shots from the tank. But the healer made sure, by God, I was rezzed on the spot after that. I'm like, that was about right, but damn. I know I was hitting him like a brick, but I didn't think I was hitting quite that hard, you know?
Yeah. Tank should have appreciated it.
I had no complaints, but I also got no commendations, which was weird.
They may have just been the ones that don't like getting it out to not cause strife.
That could be. Okay, this is being interesting on the ones it's aiming at for potential recruits. I don't know if I agree with some of them I see it aiming at. Like the one ship captain, that was an interesting option, but... And here's the problem I was mentally predicting. I'm being told that I can't just leave the Armorers Guild just to help with a new grant, the initial precursor to a grand company. Like, I saw that coming. So I've got one of the company of heroes to join in. At least that makes a little bit of sense that they would. Oh, some of them would. Honestly, even some of them just in an advisory role I could see being beneficial. In my opinion.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
It's alright. I won't lie, that one sounded like it burned a bit though.
Little bit.
But unfortunately, with him in the meeting, me doing all this running, I'm expecting nonsense of being stuck with other stuff. Well, doing all this and then having to hear all of his dialogue. Yeah, 4 people I've talked to, I've only had one definite yes. the commander of the forces otherwise to the admiral is not going to go. I'm sorry, I can already say that. Oh, I'm getting him in the airship landing, so no, I don't have to hear all this dialogue. Well, that's a blessing. And no offense with me, right at the airship landing, I will just buy the ticket and fly over to Gridania. Just makes more sense. It's a cheaper route. Well, I was going to check how good the Free Company's level's doing, and I'm just thinking I haven't really had much battle missions. I've just been running through a lot of the storyline, so I don't expect a lot of progress for that. And I was just here, Alphanad, and you were with us. You could have brought this up then. Torn on who I'm expecting to see in Gridania for this. I expect to try to go for the Bull Lord, and it's going to be a hell no. No, it's all just this side, so it can't be the Bull Lord. Oh yeah. Outside Capital lines, okay. So another one, but that was an adventure I saw early on. I like they took the effort to take characters you've met. I don't see the old manservant joining from Hawk Manor. Yes, he would have been an interesting advisor. And I'll word it that way. Yeah, one of the Lancers refusing because the group's not organized enough. It's like, you want organized, you help get it fucking organized. If you don't join now, it ain't gonna get organized, asshole. I'm say that now. Laurentius. Really? He just got out of... Okay. Boxy on reformed convicts. Honestly, Laurentius, when Hugh stopped him with his betrayal to the Garlean Empire, in fact, he sent himself in. Having him in the lineup might be useful. I'm not sure where this is going to go. I don't know how much you've gone into it. With the militaristic side of the Scions that's being started. And she's being signed.
I'm ready to go on spoilers. I'll put it this way. It's through this stuff that I got over to Shiva.
That I believe.
And that's about where I've stopped. On storyline. Until I can catch up.
I'll do what I've been doing. I'll buy the ticket 2 times a lot cheaper. I'm impressed that that takes me to where I was hoping. I don't think that one goes that far. But I will just run the stairs for this. I have not caught Tataru juggling yet. And I'm not going into detail what she's juggling until I catch it. Understandably. So that, to say it's a spoiler is an understatement. It just shows you just gotta get her some knives. I'm not wrong. Yeah, so Donna would not like us pushing a personal guard. I'll agree with that. You know, all I could do is chuckle on that statement. It's true. Oh, there's the one in the CM area, which I'm not sure who that's going to be. In fact, that's all characters you met before, which is what makes me curious. Orson? Oh, one of the sisters. I can understand her refusing for the sake of taking care of the children with the church. I agree with that. She's not really a fighter. Somebody in the Weaver's Guild. Yellow
What color
Moon.
should I wear?
Yeah. No, it was more you proposing to me?
She would have loved the color you could put in.
I thought it was suitably ironic. I was in the Corrupted Self colors fighting Ramuh. I can see going for the one refugee towards the beginning in Uda's map. That does make sense. How far I'd go to avoid getting involved in it. So you're going to... First of this creed says you're going to corrupt like syndicate money, you're recruiting for a just cause, and you're rightful that I took you for. Again, this is the issues in Uda right now. I can see that interpretation. There ain't no merchant that's going to join in on this shit. Neighboring nation. I saw that sort of statement coming. But experts, gladiators make this easier. This is the one I might get somebody depending who it is. Wilrid. Actually, I can see potentially. Again, one I could see doing good.
You saved my ass.
You think I can help you? I'll do it. But again, that's something I can see making sense. The ones that said yes made sense. Even though there ain't many.
Yeah.
Can I just bring my squad from Uda? They're already trained. They should be considered part of it, in my opinion,
And
but...
it's not stated well that Alphanon's been recruiting random people too.
I know. What random gems? And you? Of a new beginning, yeah. And honestly, each of them are likely to bring people with them that did join. Syndicate involvement, yeah. My family's substantial could not sustain the venture of this man. At least he's honest. Yeah, special airship in the back.
Tell me, General, What think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Yeah. I agree with her on the frustration.
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
I love how much she does care for the people. But
Have
what keeps
faith,
him
Your
human.
Grace. It is not over.
Because without her balance, he would be something to fear. If he was the only one in control of Ul'dah, I could see it becoming a force comparable to the Garlands.
Yeah.
And it'd be, Syndicate, you're going to do what I say or you're dead. And I could see him doing that. Because he's the sort when there's nothing left to lose, will do whatever it takes. I did like that most of the cinematics for Ramuh were actually before and after the fight, significantly. It wasn't something that the whole party had to wait for somebody to watch through. Just a quick summoning sequence. That makes sense. Check on the guy who's been helping run this place. Make sure he's not getting overwhelmed. No offense, I can see him using a couple hands. And no sarcasm. Especially if it's the best of every day. Yeah. That means less work for you in the long run. What? I appreciate his mentality. Provisions can be replaced with marked soldiers are hard to find. So this is getting into the next major story arc, in my opinion. Like you said, Shiva. Yeah, I think that's going to end the stream today because I don't want to go too much farther storyline before we got to get Little Tiger to work. So, I will check to see if the other stuff's going off stream over in Vesper Bay. Some missions. I suspect the extreme for Ramuh's already there in all likelihood. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.